live, and here we go. Cette réunion est diffusée en direct. Of course, my friend, of course. That's what we want. That's what we want. Indirect. So good morning, guys, on YouTube. This is your boy Gabriel. Today we are going to talk about the biggest misconceptions about content creation. So let me share with you the slideshow I made just for you guys today. Biggest content creation misconceptions, because I see a lot of people doing a ton of mistakes, as I was just talking about on the Clubhouse room. Make sure you join the Clubhouse room if you have any questions about today's episode. And I was really seeing a lot of people struggling with making content enough so they can see the results of making the content. And I just wanted to address those misconceptions to make sure that you guys can get a ton of results making that content. Now, quick introduction for those who don't know me. My name is Gabriel Juliet. I'm the founder of Juliet Media, French boy in the zone. Founder of Juliet Media and Juliet Production, making sure that your videos and photos needs, as well as your online marketing strategies, is banging all around the internet. Now that you know a bit more about me, let's go into today's topic right in. Biggest content creation misconception. That has kind of a ring to it. Now, I like it. Make sure you subscribe to the show. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you are on Clubhouse, make sure you put a reminder, you pick somebody into the room. Make sure you do that. We do this live show every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you stay tuned every day, even the weekend. Yes, I'm not resting. I'm a maniac, because I want to help you guys and give you guys some value. So make sure that you subscribe on YouTube and that you put a reminder for the room on Clubhouse. Now, let's get right into the first topic of today's episode, which is, here's the perfect solution if you want to create content fast. I want to address that because I see a ton of people making content online and they try to make it all pretty, all look good. The thing is, there are much faster ways to create content, and actually that are way more efficient and that are going to give you best results, because you can create content fast but create crap fast, and that's not what we want. What we actually want is making sure that we create the best content possible as fast as possible, because we have other things that we want to do, generate some business, for example. Now I'm going to address 3 little points that's in that topic, so you guys can make sure that you do the best possible thing and you have the perfect solution if you want to create content as fast as possible. First thing first, you need to look at something that's already working, and I've been talking about that recently. The thing is, one of the quickest ways to understand what content you should post is simply to look it up. Look at the giants in your niche. What are they doing? What kind of content are they posting? And if people are not developed enough in your niche, like I see Shannon in the Clubhouse, and I don't know if you guys like that are doing farming and things related to that, are really big on social media. I don't know, maybe they are, but hey, if they don't, that's a great opportunity to take advantage of that. So maybe in that situation, you take over into another niche, something that's as close as possible, that's similar, and you see what your audience is responding to. Because the thing is, maybe you don't, the thing is to see what your audience, what the kind of content they like, basically. So maybe if your audience is going and watching other stuff, you can take that content that's working in that other area and take some things in there to apply it in your own thing. The thing is, you should always look up to content that's already working and basically modeling it in your own way, because it's already proven to work. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Basically, you just have to do the things that are already working. Next thing is, don't overthink it. As I told you previously, you just look it up, you just see what's working, and don't overthink when you're trying to make the post. Oh, maybe I should move that image 1 pixel to the left or 1 pixel to the right. That's not what we are really talking about. What we are really talking about is you making a post and making sure people see it. That's it. Now, it may not be good in the first place. No problem. The thing is, don't overthink it. The more you're going to add thoughts, thinking with it, the less you're going to be able to post. And that's the thing that I see a lot of people doing, is basically thinking too much about it. It's just content, guys. And let me tell you something. In the beginning, nobody's going to see your posts. And that's actually a great point, because it helps you to create and to get better. If you go back just right now, because I've been posting really quick, but you can see the improvements really fast. If you go back to episode number 1 of Marketing Commandos, you will see the improvements. You will see that I improved the lighting, that I improved the logistic of all of it, and that I improved the delivery of the content. I'm more fluid delivering the content. And if you even go back a few years ago and you look at my first YouTube videos, now that's day and night difference. But the thing is, remember that, hey, don't overthink it. Just do it, and you will get better at it. The more you're going to think about it, the less content you're going to create. And as a direct consequence of that, the less results you're going to get. Last thing I want to talk about in that section is the less perfect it is, the better. That kind of joins the fact of not overthinking it, because the less perfect it is, oftentimes the more relatable, the more real it is. That's what I would like to talk about, because people react and appreciate people. Like companies that are posting on social media, man, they're not getting great results. They're only getting great results if they add, faces, people in their content. So that's one of the, so sometimes maybe people are the face of the company. That's why people need that, because hey, you cannot connect as a human to a company, to a brand, to a logo. You cannot do that. But what you can do is you can connect to somebody that's, hey, that's a person. You can see, okay, that's a person, that's a face. Now, do I like him or her? Do I like him or not? It's another question. But the thing is, the more true, the more raw it is, especially in some form of content like live shows, stories, things like that. People are looking for the behind the scenes, for the things that are not shown to the camera, because Instagram is all the highlights, the best stuff. But hey, people want to see also what's real, what's really happening as well behind the scenes when everything is not perfect. And there is huge opportunity into that, because you get into a real conversation, a real relationship with the person that's watching your piece of content. So make sure that it's not, if it's not perfect, hey, that's actually a good thing. Think about it that way. Now, before I go into the next section, I'm going to refresh quickly the room, guys, on Clubhouse. Make sure you ping somebody that needs information on how to create content as fast as possible. And on YouTube, you guys on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe and that you remember that, or simply click the bell and put a reminder that every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do the Marketing Commandos shows, and we talk about how you guys can crush it online. Now, I'm going to go into the next session of today's live stream. Next session is Q&A. I got a few questions that people are asking frequently about how to create content, what are the best things to do or the mistakes to avoid, and I'm going to share those questions and answer to them right now. Now, first question is, do I need a content scheduler? And that's a great question. Actually, you may not need a content scheduler, but it's really practical to have one. Actually, I'm using them all the time. The thing is, nowadays, you may not need to buy one other than the platforms that are, basically platforms are providing it now by themselves. So you don't really need, I don't see the need of buying an external, how do you say that? An external content scheduler. So that's the thing I'm seeing right now. I don't think it's necessary. Like, for example, if you're trying to post on Instagram and Facebook, you can have Creator Studio, I think it's called, or Business Suite. You can have one of those. YouTube, same thing. You can schedule a post and you can program it for a later date. Maybe if you want to do that on Twitter or LinkedIn, but oftentimes maybe you can set some automations with IFTTT. That's an application that can help you to set up automations like, hey, each time I post something on Instagram, post it as well on my LinkedIn. That's really practical if you want to make sure you save some time, not reposting the same thing across all platforms. I'm using those things all the time. Now, let's go into the next section, the next question, excuse me. Question number 2, I can't create great content. What should I do? What should I do? And that's a great question. And again, I'm going to go back to something I talked about in a previous section, which is don't try to reinvent the wheel. There is content out there that's banging and that's working. You just have to take it, reuse it, sometimes even reposting it. But the thing is, if you cannot repost it or it doesn't really apply to your context, you cannot repurpose it in a way that's going to include what you do. Maybe you try to understand, okay, what's the thing behind it that make it works? And you take those principles that are working and you apply it to your content. As I told you guys, the more you are thinking about it, the more you are trying to reinvent the wheel, the worse it's going to be. But if you're looking at content that's already working, you basically have to analyze it and understand why is it working, and then you reuse it with your own little spin or little sauce. Now, let's go into the next section. Next question. Damn, next question. Question number 3. Am I going to bother people if I post too much? That's, I would say, one of my favorite ones to talk about, to be honest, because you will never, you will never be posting enough. Never. And yes, you're going to bother some people. And that's actually the cool part about it, because the people that you're going to bother are not the right people for you. As simple as that. So you're going to filter. What do I mean by that? Well, think about it. If you are posting a lot of content that's valuable to your people, I mean your dream customers, your people that you want to serve, okay? You're posting a ton of content that's really helpful, that's make them engaged, they find entertaining. The more you're going to give it to them, the more they're going to appreciate it. And now the other people that will be bothered by that are simply the people that will not resonate with the content. So they are not your dream customers, they are not your people. So that's why it's really important to make your research on what kind of content is working for your dream audience. And then you go 100% posting that kind of content. And they're going to love you for it. And the others are going to hate you. But hey, that's the cool part of it. I prefer having a lot of people hating me, but a few, the ones that I want, loving me, than having like everybody is like, hey, who is this guy? Who is this guy? I do not even know that guy. So hey, people are rising. Make sure that you post a lot aggressively, as I like to say it. Now, guys, make sure that you also subscribe to the YouTube channel if you do not want to miss a show, any single episode of the Marketing Commandos shows. Go on Gabriel Juliet on YouTube. And if you're on Clubhouse, if you want to go on Clubhouse and ask your questions, because yes, if people have questions, I answer them live. So if you want to do that, if that's something that's interesting to you, maybe you've got a question related to content, maybe sales funnel, marketing, advertising, maybe, going to the Clubhouse room, that's the place you need to be in order to get your questions, personal questions, answered. Let's go into the next section of today's episode, which is 3 quick and easy ways to create content. 3 quick and easy ways to create content. Quick and easy. And I promise they're quick and easy. They're not like, just a good headline and then nothing to show up after that. I'm going to deliver you some bombs. So make sure that you stay in there and you stay until the end of the list. There are 3 quick things that I want to share with you, plus a little bonus, because I always like to give you some bonuses to you guys. So make sure you stay until the end. Now, number 1, memes. I love memes. I really love memes because, hey, they are funny and they are relatable if you use them correctly. So I posted a little example. You're going to see that one on my Instagram really soon. And actually, I'm going to share with you a step-by-step process on how to create memes in seconds, and plus memes that are working at the moment. So make sure you stay until the end of the show if you want to see that. Now, why memes? Memes are basically like funny or relatable images that are popular and that you can add text on it, and that you will try to make it funny or relatable. That's one of the 2 angles I try to attack it. For example, in that say, like for the guys on Clubhouse, maybe you cannot see it, but I've got that image of DiCaprio with the champagne glass, like how do you say that? Greeting somebody, and I put it, me when business owners launch their first sales funnels, and I created that piece of content to make it kind of funny, talking about that subject, and relatable as well. Like people that are going to launch their sales funnel will be like, oh yeah, like I feel great, you know what I mean? So that's what I mean by having content that's relatable and that is entertaining for your dream audience. But somebody that doesn't know anything about online marketing or what a sales funnel is will be like, hey, that's not for me. I don't like to see that guy often because he's not posting for me. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Remember, post for your lovers, not your haters. Now, second easy way to create content, quotes images. Quote images have been always a go-to if you go back to the first day of Instagram and pretty much all social medias. They're extremely easy to do. Now here for an example, I've got the Bruce Lee one. Hey, Bruce Lee once said, one of the best lessons you can learn in life is to master how to remain calm, and calm is powerful. Like quotes like that, little images with like a simple text over it, they work like wonders. So maybe you can try to do that. You can try to do that with different angles. Maybe something that's inspirational. Maybe you can share something that's like a did you know? So if you want to share some information, that's can be a great angle if you want to, if you're not into inspiring people, maybe you're more sharing information. Hey, did you know that this thing, did you know that you can, things like that, that works as well a lot. Next one is, or are, text posts. Now, you can go over, and a quick and easy way to do that is basically, as shared with you, a little example of that. That's all content, by the way, I'm going to be posting in the near future, so stay tuned on that. I like to do that, and maybe you guys see that a lot. It's like a Twitter, kind of Twitter post, but as images. And you can basically make a post on Twitter. That's what I used to do in the day. Now I'm doing a different method, but that's still efficient. You can basically post something on Twitter. You make a post. So, okay, you make your Twitter, you make your little post. And after that, what you do, you screenshot it, you make it a great format for Instagram or whatever platform you want to put it on, and you post it as an image. And then you just made a piece of content quick and easy. And that helps you promote your other social media as well. So that's a great, and maybe one of the simplest ways to do content. And oftentimes what you can do as well is use if you're talking still about Instagram, use the create feature. I see a lot of people simply doing that, putting a black background and making white text and posting that. That works really well as well because that's simple and efficient. But you have to make it simple and go straight to the point. Always going back to the principle, making it simple and not overthinking it. And I'm going to share with you the last one, the bonus one, as I talked to you guys about. Bonus, reposting content. Now that's a hack. If I'm talking about the hack, that's hacking the system. What I mean by reposting content. You know when I said in the show, looking at what really works and reusing it for yourself? Well, it's totally fine on social media to basically take somebody else's piece of content. You can give them a credit. That's better. Of course, sometimes you won't be able to tell who posted it, but oftentimes you're going to see, those popular videos that you see over and over again, but they are different accounts. That's basically what those pages do. And they just like take a piece of content that's working and they're reposting it. And because it's proven to work, they're getting a ton of engagement. And that's been the growth strategy for a lot of people. Basically, all the pages that you see on Instagram that do not have a face, they use that strategy. And I think Prince EA and Jay Shetty, now they're doing their own content because they've went to a big enough audience to do that. But they still, and that's what they did coming up, was basically reposting 2/3 of their contents were other people's content, and 1/3 was theirs. So they can build their brand while growing massively and really fast their follower base. So that's something that you should do. Use content that's already working, maybe repurpose it a bit, just a tiny bit, but you can definitely use other people's content. That's not a problem at all. Now, if you guys like today's show, if you guys like what I'm sharing with you, I'm going to share actually something that's incredible right now. I'm going to share with you a step-by-step process, simple on how to get tens of great posts in as little as 10 minutes. So if you want to see that, make sure, and if you want to keep seeing things like that, processes that are simple and easy to get your marketing to the next level, make sure that you subscribe to the show on YouTube channel, Gabriel Juliet. And if you are on the Clubhouse, hey, if you're on the Clubhouse, guys, make sure you ping somebody into the room. And if you want to ask some questions, if you're on YouTube and you have a question, somebody that's, you're wondering at something, having a question about a specific topic, maybe a specific situation about you, definitely go in the Clubhouse room, Marketing Commandos, and go ask your questions. Go ask your questions because, hey, I would be answering them live, no problem. You can ask me, put me on the spot. I will try to do my best to answer your questions. Now, let me show you what I got for you with my step-by-step process on how to create massive amount of content, plus 10 posts in less than 10 minutes. And that's not a big claim. Of course, that's a big claim, but what I mean by that is I'm going to sustain and make sure I deliver on that big claim. Step number 1, go to that link. If you want to go into the website, it's called imageflip.com. Going to that website, I'm going to share with you guys how to create memes extremely fast. Extremely fast. Well, you know what? Let's go over. Let's do something a bit different. I'm going to do that step by step with you guys right now. So I'm going to go into the image flip. Okay, I'm going to share with you my screen. Basically, you end up on that page. Okay, you're going to imageflip.com/meme templates. Second step that you do is that you pick a template. So, okay, here what's cool is that they are basically ranging all the memes. So all those are memes that are basically working at the moment. And you can sort by the top of all time, top 30 days, and you can see memes that have already been working. I think you have been seeing that one a lot. But all of those are memes that have been working for a long time. And if you want to go into do like other kind of stuff, other kind of memes, hey, no problem. But the thing is, we have memes that are already working in here. And what's pretty cool is that it's totally free, by the way. You go and you click add caption, and basically what you're going to do is you're going to fill it up. So what does that mean is that you can caption this meme, and then you can add your text like here and here. You see, that's very simple. And then bam, you generate a meme and you download it. As simple as that. But if you want to download it, I did it the wrong way. But go to image page. Which one is this? I don't remember how to do it. Yes, you do and you click private. Must download an image, save. Okay. You generate the link and then you basically download the image and done. It's downloaded. Step number 4. You see how easy it is? So you go to imageflip.com/meme templates. You pick a template. You can actually have templates that are already working. Great. Next, you fill it up. Fill it up with your own stuff, make it relatable and entertaining for the people that are watching your content, and then you download it. And you can do that like really fast. Like honestly, in 10 minutes, you can have. Actually, in 10 minutes, I can do like more than 10 memes. That's what I talked to you guys about. That's how you can make more than 10 pieces of content in less than 10 minutes. So, how do you guys like that? If you guys like that and you want to see more, make sure you subscribe to the show on YouTube and you go into the room on Clubhouse if you want to ask any questions that are related to marketing and that you want to get answers to. Now, I'm going to go to the final sections of today's episode. We're going to go back to my trust your slideshow, and I'm going to share with you guys what we can take out from today's episode. Make sure, because the show is coming to an end, if you are watching on YouTube, make sure you go into the Clubhouse room if you have any questions so I can address those questions at the end of the show. Now, let's go into the last section of today's episode. The final thoughts. Let me share my screen. Okay. Now, what can we take out from today's episode? Number 1, look and use what is already working. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to be smart and to try to reinvent the wheel, as I just told you. Just look at what is working for the audience that you're trying to make content for. What's your dream customer? What content are they watching? Are they consuming? And do that same content. As I showed you in the step-by-step process previously, it's extremely easy to make something relatable and that's working and entertaining. Plus, you can also take content and repost it. That's totally fine. See content that is working and repost it. As simple as this. Next one. Let's go into the next one. You can never, never, ever post too much. That's a big misconception that a lot of people are having. They think they can bother people. Yes, you can definitely, and you should aim to do that. That's maybe one of the things that you should measure. How many people were bothered by your content? Because those people are not the right people for you. You're going to bother people that are not willing, not interested in your content, but the people that really, really have a problem. And if you word it the right way and they see that you provide a solution, they will love your content. They will love your content and they want to see more and more and more and more. So the more you're going to provide, the better for the right audience. And of course, a lot of people that are unqualified are going to see it, but that's fine, no problem, because you're going to get a lot of results if you keep posting. The more you're going to post, the more results you're going to get. That's as simple as that. And last thing that we can take from today's episode is don't overthink it. Don't overthink content creation. That's a big misconception. People are thinking about it too much. Does the light is good? Does the angle is good? Does everything look great? Hey, post it first. Figure it out. See how it works. See what's working in the marketplace. And after this, maybe you can add some production value like I did. I posted my first episode of Marketing Commando. I didn't have great lighting. I didn't have my camera set up. I was doing my webcam with crappy audio. Now, you guys cannot see, but I've got a mic right under me. I have created the quality of the show and the way I delivered it because I understand the format right now. But the thing is, guys, first I showed up. I didn't overthink it. I was like, okay, let's make a show. We're going to have those steps, those things to talk about, and that's it. Then let's roll, make some mistakes, and adjust along the way. That's totally fine because, especially at the beginning, nobody's going to watch you. So that's the place that you have the most time to readjust. That's totally fine. Totally fine. So make sure you take advantage of that time. Guys, we are coming to the end of the show. If you have any questions, make sure you go to the Clubhouse Room Marketing Commandos and ask your questions there. If you have any questions about online marketing, content creation, whatever it is that's relating to sales and content and online marketing, sales funnels, I'm your guy. So if you have any questions, please go into the Clubhouse Room. I'm going to take a little sip of water. Let me tell you something, guys. You maybe see that I've got a strange face right now, and I look different. And you're right, definitely. You know why? Well, in France, right now, is the season of pollens. Like, the thing that's coming out of flowers. I don't know if that's the right word for it. But I'm allergic to one of those pollens. And I'm not having a good time. Let me tell you something. I'm not having a good time. I'm not having a good time at all. Plus, the thing is, your boy Gabriel, just before the show, he don't tell you that, guys. That's a little secret between you and me. So make sure you don't say it to anybody. But I did a huge leg day just before that. And right after the show, like I just finished 3 minutes before the start of the show, I was doing 15 minutes of cardio right after the leg day without any rest. I did 15 minutes of cardio and at the end, 45 minutes actually, and then 5 minutes of like sprint and rest. So I'm dead. I'm pretty dead. But I'm still showing up because I know what's important. I know what's my mission, what I should do, and I know that I've got some value to share, some bombs to drop that you guys would benefit from. Plus, I saw that when I was doing sports, when I was doing some physical activities, I didn't have those I didn't feel that bad with those allergies. So you know what? We did it, and I survived along the show. So that's a great point. Now, no questions for today. That's totally fine. Make sure that you guys share the stream with somebody that wants to take his business to the next level. And guys, it was Marketing Commandos episode 10 with the biggest misconceptions about content creations. And guys, I see you tomorrow on the next episode. Stay connected. Make sure you click the bell, you click the subscribe button to not miss any episodes of the Marketing Commandos show. If you're on Clubhouse, save the room every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I see you guys tomorrow.